Taylor Swift and Tyler Hilton's friendship goes back to the early days of her career when they first met as teenagers. Hilton, now 41, is currently on a promotional tour for his new children's book, but he recently took the time to reflect on his early encounters with Swift, recalling how impressed he was by her talent even back then. Hilton first heard about Swift when he was in his early 20s. At the time, he was doing an interview with a country music magazine, where the conversation shifted to a young artist who was making waves in the industry. That artist was none other than Taylor Swift, who was only 15 years old at the time. The magazine mentioned her debut single, Tim McGraw, and Hilton decided to give it a listen. Instantly captivated, he became a fan. I was doing an interview with a country magazine and they were talking about this girl Taylor Swift that just came out who was like 15. I heard her song Tim McGraw, and I was so into it. That first record was so good to me, Hilton recently told Us Weekly. During that interview, Hilton found himself singing her praises. I told the magazine, "Oh, by the way, that little thing you did on that new girl Taylor Swift, I'm actually a huge fan of her song. She's such a good songwriter." How many 15-year-olds are actually good songwriters? He recalled. As fate would have it, Swift happened to be a big fan of Hilton as well. When she learned that he had spoken highly of her in the interview, she was thrilled. Her manager reached out to Hilton, inviting him to one of her shows. Swift, according to Hilton, was freaking out at the opportunity to meet him. That concert marked the beginning of their friendship. Hilton attended Swift's show and was immediately taken aback by her stage presence and songwriting ability. After the performance, he found himself being pulled into an unexpected opportunity. "She literally corners me on stage and goes, 'I didn't want to ask you backstage, 'cause I was afraid you'd say no, but would you be in my next music video?' Hilton shared. "That's how I ended up in the Teardrops on My Guitar music video." Swift's 2006 single Teardrops on My Guitar was one of her earliest hits and played a significant role in catapulting her career. The song's accompanying music video featured Hilton as the love interest. The chemistry between them was undeniable, and the experience cemented their friendship. Over time, Hilton became close not just to Swift but also to her family. When he moved to Nashville, he had the unique opportunity to witness her creative process up close. "She was playing me songs in her bedroom out of her diary for her second record," Hilton reminisced. "She was playing me White Horse, and it was crazy because I'm in her bedroom and I'm like, whoa, this girl is actually like Princess Fairy Unicorn Girl." He continued, "It's not an act, she actually had her songs written in like a fluffy diary and she is that nerd, you know what I mean? That's what's so sweet about her and I think is responsible for her longevity. It's not an act. She's actually that much of a nerd and it's so endearing." Swift's authenticity has been one of the defining factors of her success. From a young age, she wrote deeply personal songs that resonated with audiences worldwide. Hilton was one of the few who got to see that creative process firsthand. He described how Swift's songwriting process was raw and deeply personal, with many of her lyrics stemming directly from her diary entries. The transition from Swift's debut album to her sophomore album, Fearless, was a crucial moment in her career. Songs like White Horse showcased her ability to tell emotional and introspective stories, and Hilton had the privilege of hearing them before they were even released. "That's the thing about Taylor," Hilton explained. "She's not trying to be something she's not. She's always been herself, and I think that's why she's had such an incredible career." Hilton's admiration for Swift hasn't waned over the years. As she evolved from a country artist to a global pop sensation, he remained a supporter. Watching her transition into new musical styles and industries, he marveled at her ability to stay true to her core identity while continuously reinventing herself. "Every time she releases a new album, I'm just blown away by how much she's grown while still keeping that same authenticity," Hilton said. "She's one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, and it's been amazing to see her journey." Swift and Hilton's friendship stands as a testament to mutual respect and admiration in the music industry. Despite their own career paths taking them in different directions, the bond they formed in those early years remains significant. Now, as Hilton promotes his children's book, he reflects on how their lives have changed since those early days. While he has ventured into new creative endeavors, Swift continues to dominate the music industry, breaking records and setting new standards. Reflecting on their journey, Hilton expressed his gratitude for being part of Swift's story in even a small way. "It's wild to think about how things turned out," he said. "I was just a fan of a talented 15-year-old songwriter, and now she's one of the biggest artists in the world. I feel really lucky to have been there at the beginning." Swift's ability to remain grounded despite her immense success is something that Hilton admires. "She's still that same girl who wrote songs in her diary," he said. "That's what makes her so special. She's never lost that part of herself." As fans look back on Swift's early years, stories like Hilton's provide a rare glimpse into her journey from a small-town country singer to a global icon. And for Hilton, those memories of listening to her play songs in her bedroom will always hold a special place in his heart.